How's it going, guys? Jack here, aka Tarnay. I'm just going to show you a quick tutorial on, I guess, some bass techniques that I've been using lately. I've got some pretty interesting bass lines out of it. Basically using a combination of different techniques from Tom Cosm, Circuit Bent, Mr. Bill, I guess. Yeah, it's just my own take on it, my own twist. I find it a bit easier, a bit more fun. I guess let's get straight into things. Now, I've had to freeze a couple of things because my computer can't handle it at the moment. But anyway, let's dive right into it. I've got 3 bass lines here that I just made up. Nothing too fancy. Here's the beat so far. Very exciting up until here. So I guess let's get into it. I'm going to first jam out on and record some MIDI patterns, and then we're going to later bounce that down and bounce it down again and again and again until we get some really interesting bass patterns, I guess. So let's go into the first one and let's just get crazy. I guess we should lay a beat over it. Okay, so I've quickly bounced down the 3 different ones and copied them and added a few effects, I guess. Nothing too wild. This one, we just got a straight bass on top of all 3 except for the last one, I guess. That's got nothing. We just got a filter, and we've automated the rate of it so it goes a bit crazy, I guess. Yep, that goes the whole way. It's a bit random. We've got nothing but a reverb, which are frequency splits. We've got the low just coming through dry, and the top is reverbed and compressed. Now that's pretty solid. Now we've got this one, the gate. It is, I've chucked a auto pan on it, and I've turned the phase off so it's just going up and down in volume, and I've just played around with the rate. Now it gets a bit choppy at times. That's what you want. But later on, we're going to be chopping out the best parts and rearranging it. We get some pretty interesting glitchy sounds. This one's got a frequency splitter on it. We put it on dry wet, and I've got it on a rate of every 2 bars. It's just slide them out. Now this gets a really interesting effect I stumbled upon one day, and I guess just have a listen, and this is what you get. So this is it dry. Nothing too crazy, just general modulation from within massive from earlier. This is with it on. Now it's going in and out of phase with itself, and we get some pretty interesting, I guess, comb filtering it is. That's pretty cool. That's one of my faves. Another filter, and this one's a band reject to get that really cool, I guess, almost neuro hop sounding bass. Now it's a bit wild. We'll get some pretty cool sounds out of that one, I think. Now I'm just going to quickly bounce it all down and then just chop out the best parts. Be back in a moment. Okay, so I've rearranged them all, cut out the best parts, rearranged them, and this is what I've got. Little bits and pieces everywhere over a, over 16 bars, so 20 something bars. Anyway, it's a bit wild and it's not that great. This is basically what it sounds like. Now I've arranged them so that no two are playing at the same time. And it doesn't matter what order, doesn't matter how it sounds, you just got to get it so that no two are playing at the same time. I've then bounced that down into this thing, and then I've split it into, I've right clicked and hit slice to new MIDI track. Now when I've done that, I've got this one here. Now this should sound exactly like this one. So I'll turn all these off. And we've got this one now. Much quieter though. I think that's part of Ableton's. Now we've got all of them chopped up into these nice little tiny bite-sized pieces. We've got all the different bass lines. I now delete that, and then this is where the fun comes in. So I'm just going to draw in a quick, let's say 4-bar loop here. And just loop that. And now you literally just draw in any MIDI note you want, however you like. You just experiment, I guess. Just get crazy. Okay, so I've played around with a bunch of MIDI notes and got a pretty whacked out sort of pattern, I guess. And then I did some further processing to the whole lot and a couple of extra things as well. For instance, there's one here that we put that I put a bit more width onto, made it spread out a bit more, so it gives a bit of impact on one part. But I guess let's get into it. But yeah, you get the drift, and from there I'll probably do a couple of different versions, have a hard version, a slower version, and I guess play around with it, have a few different sections, and bounce that down further, chop it up, rearrange, and then slice to MIDI again. See what you get. You get some pretty interesting things. Awesome. Cheers, guys.